Play viewers, we are going to have a moment of adjustment. Hang on, okay? We have this like really cool setup today. Like we have like professional stuff because Kristen brought her awesomeness. Living room. Yay! Hi, Lachey. Hi. I missed a lot of greetings. I'm sorry, guys, but we are here. And we have good lights, and we are actually simulcast. Simulscoping. So GoodKnitKisses people are on hers, and Shescopers are here. So we are going to do lots of really fun, cool things today. So if you are new, welcome to Shescopes and
welcome to GoodKnitKisses. I'm Kristen, and this is Melissa, and follow her at Lux in the Rough with the Luxe, and you will find some awesomeness there.
And follow her at GoodKnitKisses, and you will find the most amazing, craftable awesomeness ever. In fact, I'm totally going to show her off. You guys, look at this. She just, can you see this? Look at, she's like famous. Okay, you can go buy this at Walmart, and all the patterns are hers. Did you know that? Did you guys know that? Did she not brag on herself? I'll brag on her. Look at, she has a scope
like when I found it at Walmart.
And all of them say her name.
So it's got 10 patterns in it for the loom. So I did a little booklet. I started working on it in the spring before last, and so then it just came out. So
see, people are like, what? They did not know that. All right, so remember, if you are new to Periscope, you can tap the screen, tap, 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 and that sends hearts. That just shows love for what we're doing or whatever. And also it lets us know that this is actually going forth into the world, and we're not just talking to ourselves. Yeah. This is Shescopes. This is Wonder Woman Wednesday. This is where I take a day just to highlight somebody that I think is awesome. If you're wondering why I call it Wonder Woman, go to this Shescopes. Okay, go potty and then go right back to bed. Yeah, you're good. You can go to the Shescopes YouTube. Sorry, that's my daughter. And you can go back to the Wonder Woman scope, and then it will all make sense. I promise. Awesome. Okay, so it was one of my most awkward and wonderful, because awkward is wonderful, right? Don't we all love awkward? So, all right, so let me tell you a little bit about Kristen. Oh, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Remember, if you want to share this with your followers or on Twitter, you can swipe up on Android or from left to right on iOS. And from there, you can opt to share. There's going to be lots of really good stuff, especially if you are interested in YouTube, branding, crafting, or any of that. Yes?
What is that?
That is a light box.
What does it do?
It gives light.
It's my magic
Tori,
light box.
say bye to everybody because you have to go take your rest time.
Bye-bye.
Give Tori some hearts.
Yes, and hearts for Tori. She loves the hearts. Anyway, so that's what today is all about. Woo! Tori, you just had an explosion of hearts.
Hearts.
Yay, hearts for Tori.
When I was shopping with my undies,
The saga of the undies. You all are aware of this.
And I saw my undies across, and one kid waved at me.
Yeah, so we are very careful. Now, go have your quiet time, please. Thank you, darling. Bye. Everybody say bye, Tori. So, anyway.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing on, Matt Haas. Hey, I've seen your name on mine before. You must have found me through Kristen. Okay, so let's get started. A little bit about Kristen. We met at our church in Church Productions. I know, she has the tiniest little voice. And she's a fabulous dancer, character actress, singer. She's super fun. And she always remembers to smile on stage. And you will never catch her with RBF when you go back and watch, yeah, that happened to me. And I was like, why can't I be like Kristen? You always had the smile. And whenever I thought the cameras weren't watching me, I'd go back to regular face. And so there's clips of me with the worst look on my face. I'm just F you, Gateway. I wasn't. It just looked like it.
Well, you're the dancer, and I can hold a tune and I can move. Here's my tip to anybody who is auditioning to do something with dance who is not a dancer, but you have personality and you can sing. You smile and be fabulous up here and keep going in the right direction, even if you can't do the jump and turn.
And then they'll believe that it's all really happening.
Yes.
It's like an optical
They
illusion.
think you're a ham and they hire you.
Yep, it really, really does work.
Or they put you in the musical for free.
Lachey's cracking. Lachey's over there cracking up. Okay.
Anyway.
So, Kristen has a YouTube channel with over 109,000 subscribers, which compared, y'all, to our 16, 2 of which are right here.
Oh, gosh.
It's pretty amazing.
You subscribed to your own channel?
I did. I subscribed on a different email thing because I wanted to see what it looked like when you're
awesome.
not you. Like, I go and I'm like, what does it look like? I don't know.
Started.
Like, is this okay? Does this not work? Anyways, yeah, so really we only have like 15 subscribers. One of them is fake. One of them is me making sure it all looks like normal and right. And then she has an amazing website with really good branding. Like everything is just very cohesive. Like I was checking all this stuff out.
Thank you. That's only a year old. I was using Blogspot for the last few years since I started.
So did you do all your own branding and stuff, or you found somebody to do that? Because the ball of yarn and like that's really cute. Like, that's really super good.
Actually the logo now, when I hired that out, I did that several years before, but I had that one done professionally by a lady. She actually goes to Gateway, and she has been in Southern Living and some other different things, and she's actually published. So yeah,
that's awesome. Okay, so if you have any questions about she's kind of like a social media expert. If you have any questions about that, feel free to throw them in the chat, and we'll answer them as we go along. But let me start with asking, so you started this in 2010, right?
I actually started learning how to do some of this stuff in 2010, towards the end of the year after I had postpartum.
Gotcha.
If I reach back into my brain, a long time ago, my aunt taught me how to crochet. I asked her to help me, and I think I managed to make like a bracelet or something.
Behind us all.
And then,
sorry.
and then I learnned how to finger knit, and I actually got in trouble in school because I couldn't help myself. It was like I did, thanks for all the hearts. Those look awesome. Like that's just like rainbow flurry. Yeah.
You guys need to step up your game,
come
y'all.
on, man. Just kidding. So I went to school with it in my bag, and I learned on my own. I don't think anybody taught me how to finger knit. I just started doing it. And it's just this big long mass, and I made like a goofy headband that like went around, and like I'm sure there's goofy pictures of me with my pocket jeans that like had as many pockets as I could, and because I'm a kid of the 80s, and
I miss the 80s.
Those are the best jeans, and I kept wearing them until they were like crop jeans, and my mom's like, you gotta stop.
You gotta stop.
Like those aren't.
At least your mom told you things like you gotta stop. You should see the things that I wore, and nobody said anything to me. They just let me going out like looking like I was special.
Yeah.
Special.
Yeah. It was retarded. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't say that word.
It's so hard to remember what's politically correct.
I know. Well, when you grow up in the 80s, you say things that you shouldn't say.
It's true.
Like thong was not thong. Thong is a flip-flop, people.
My dad was a high school teacher until he retired 2 years ago, and he would say no thongs allowed in the shop. Meaning, like, you can't wear flip-flops in a wood shop.
Yes.
And the kids would just
like,
stare at him, and or they'd laugh. But it was the worst thing because it only happened his first or second year, and the females in the class would just stare at him completely horrified that he's talking about their underwear, and he wasn't. He wasn't
so
talking
funny.
about underwear.
Sorry, we are random here. Yeah, but that's all right. We
skip around. So you.
So anyway, I learned all that, and then got in trouble, and I stopped doing it. Okay, so in high school, I started doing other crafting and make things. I did Kristen's Crafts with K's, of course, because I called it Kristen, and then helped my mom make mums, and my mom did all the braiding, which is funny because today I'd probably be the one who learned how to do the braiding for homecoming mums. If you don't know what homecoming mums are in Google homecoming mums. And it's cray. That is the definition. So I used to make them and sell them, and made lots of money off people who want to spend a lot of money on crafts to wear on their shoulders
or across their whole body,
their body, or even on the back or whatever. And then mend the boutonnieres, which are like mini versions. But anyway, so I did that.
In California, if you go to school like that, you're gonna get your ass kicked. It's not gonna be good.
Would.
Don't do that.
You would. So that was real. And then in college, I worked at MJ Designs, and I actually made bows. Okay. Like, I was at the bow counter, and like people would buy my bows. And so when
for heads, for
no,
gifts?
like for anything, like for gifts or for decoration, like the
arrangements and different stuff.
Yeah.
Probably Christmas trees, all kinds of stuff.
Wreaths, anything.
Gotcha.
And so they would come in so I started doing that. And so I was always crafting and everything, but then I stopped. And when I started doing interior design, I was sitting all the time. I was doing all that. I wasn't active, but I was using my brain, but I was being creative in, like, I'm more of a space planner when it comes to interior design. I'm not like, okay, we have to have color here, we have to do this, and we have to be eclectic, and we have to do it. No, I like moving things around. I mean, I'm good at that stuff, and I can if you force me to, but I don't hold people's hands shopping.
Gotcha.
And I'm more of like I did a lot of office, like high-end office furniture design and office space planning and stuff like that. So that was like my niche, or niche.
Or niche. I don't know.
I don't know. You got me going now. I usually say
niche.
I say niche, but then when people say niche, I just start saying it. So I don't know. I'm random. I absorb other people, apparently.
Yeah, I do that too.
Get that girl off me. No.
Apparently, I sound very Southern now. I'm told all the time.
Oh, yeah.
On here, especially people are like, you sound so Southern. I'm like, really?
I sound it when I'm tired, I think, and when I'm sick, or I'm around people.
My friend Tiffany says, yeah, my words get lazy and they have no cares, and they just turn Southern.
I saw that. It was good, though. That's true. That's true. So, anyway, I was trying to kind of catch you back to speed. So I had my third baby, and I had postpartum really bad, and I was just like, what is going on? Like, Lord, I don't want to be on medication, and that's fine for some people, but I feel like there's something missing. What is it? And I got the word crafting. You haven't been crafting. And there's been something you wanted to do. And I'm like, yes, my friend Tammy, who I always say Tammy from California, who's actually in Colorado now. But when I met her, my mom and her mom were best friends in high school. And I had got to go out to California and spend some time at this Christian, almost like an athletic camp, Lake Hume. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, everybody grew up going to Hume Lake. My husband, that's
love
like his
that
childhood.
camp. It's like the best camp ever. And I talk to people about it, and they're like,
that's like a big deal in Vice.
Okay, awesome.
Hi, Liz.
So I've been to Hume,
yay!
So that's awesome. So I did that, and I met her.
That was the most random connection ever. Sorry, nobody here would ever know what Hume Lake is.
Sorry.
And Hume Kids Camp. Sorry, I was really excited by that.
I need a room. I'm getting verklempt. Like want talk. Okay, so anyway, I had reconnected with her on Facebook like a year before, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where have you been all my life, all the rest of my adult life? Anyway, saw that she knit. I got interested. So when I had postpartum, I was like, Tammy, I'm like reaching out to her, and she's like, you can do it. And so I went and bought with a gift card from eBay that I had never used, like from years before, and I taught myself to knit. I taught myself to crochet. And when I came in at 2 a.m., I decided, after all these feedings, of
course.
I'm like, let's go to Walmart and get some yarn because I can't do anything about it. And I had studied the book, and I was like, this looks super hard. But let's just try it anyway. So while I'm there, I found looms. And I'm like knitting looms.
Now, for somebody that doesn't know, that's one of these, right?
That's one of these. And this is what I just did this summer. Well, it just came out. It says, I taught myself to loom knit.
Oh.
So the kits that I originally started on.
You guys, it came full circle.
So and I found the looms, and I was like, what is this? And they're Nifty Knitters, and Nifty Knitters are like, they're not in business anymore, but Boy makes something a little similar. I mean, it's got a different type head. And anyway, if you're into loom knitting, you know all the bells and whistles about them. But I learned on Nifty Knitters, and then it kind of progressed. And I noticed that the directions were awful. And I was like, we can do better.
There we go.
And I didn't see enough information out there, so I decided I'm going to start. I went to the Lord. I mean, I'm going to speed it up, but basically, I was like, "What do I do with this?
Right.
I want to help people. Should I do this?" And it brought it full circle because years and years before, I had read an article on mommy bloggers, and I was like, "Should I do this? Will I ever be able to do this?" And God was like, "Yes." I'm like, "Okay, what am I going to do it on? Do I do it now? What do I do?" And it was like silence. And so when it came full circle to this, I was like, "Is this it?" And He's like, "Yes." And gave me the name. I mean, when I Googled the first name I came across, I was
thanks for sharing.
I love, Tukey is a family name, and I had Tukey. Hey, Kendra. I had Googled Tukey, and if you Google him, you have to look it up. But there is I may be remembering wrong, but I think he's like some kind of rapper and was a rapist or something. Like it was really bad. It was a really bad person, or at least what was out online. It was just really, really bad. And so when I went to go give my son goodnight kisses at night, I was like, oh, I'm going to give you goodnight kisses, sweet good knit kisses. And that was like the word that came to my mind. And I'm like, oh, Lord, is that it? You know? And he's like, yes. And so I went on Facebook at the time, which I didn't realize my privacy things were way off. And I said, what do you think about this name? And then I was like, oh yeah, I need to Google that. So then I Googled it, and it was like only one hit, which was what I just put on my very public Facebook post that I did not realize was public. Yikes. And then nothing came up on it. And it said, did you mean goodnight kisses? Well, now if you Google it, there's just a ton of stuff. I don't know how many hits there are, but it's just, it's there. So anyway, that's where it came from. So in 2011, by the time I had really researched and started doing some stuff, 2011 is when I started actually making, like in January, making my videos. And
now, how was that learning to do that?
So I had learned, I learned on the fly of how to video. Just, I had observed my uncle who was a commercial photographer. Okay. And so he always taught me how to set up shots and things like that. And I, of course, had done some acting and some stage stuff. So I was comfortable talking, but you have to get comfortable, like hearing yourself and seeing your man hands. Here, I'm going to do like what is that, Will Ferrell? My hands are the screen. I can't get it to come. Anyway, right? Isn't that Will Ferrell? So
that was it.
You have to get comfortable. I mean, seriously, if I put my hands to my husband's, I have man hands. Like my hands, I'm 6'1". I'm a big girl. And so anyway, I had to just get over the fact that I am not manicured. I am not all that stuff. I'm like, I'm just going to be real. Was that a process,
or did you just release it?
It was a process. You have to be a little uninhibited to start in the first place. Yeah. And then, later on I would go back and go, oh my gosh, I got some major hangnails and some like, did I not clean my nails before I started the video? Apparently I just got really uninhibited and I was like, whatever,
That's hilarious.
Anyway, I'm yelling. Do you have kids asleep?
No, but I'm their mom, so
that's
they're
true.
kind of used to it.
That's true. So that's what happened. And, but I taught myself, and I looked up other videos, or I looked at books, and I figured things out. I would just be like, well, how do you do this? And how do you do this? And I just get really curious, and I just kept going and going. And thanks for the hearts. Yay. And I just found that people naturally gravitated to me, because when I get on there, I'm really long-winded. Obviously, I'm talking, and there's no shutting me up. But when
I don't know anybody else like that.
But like,
hi, Marcy.
Well, I'll make mistakes. Everybody makes them, and so I'll make mistakes in the process, and then I'll go, there's a better way to do this, and so I'll figure out different ways or why you shouldn't do something. And so when I do my videos, I tend to talk more, and I'm like, okay, these really are tips and tricks. If you'll actually listen to what I'm saying, you'll actually learn something. Now, some people are like, I don't like people who are long-winded, and they want the one that's just the audio and they can listen to it and maybe see the words that someone writes. Mm-hmm. I can't read someone's words and do whatever they're doing in the video very well. I have to pause it and stop it. Right. And I'm sure they have to do that with mine too, but I have all the guts of the information in what I'm saying too, because people come back and they're like, what yarn did you use, and what this and what that? And I'm like, okay, it's in the video. Like it's all there.
Do you want me to hold your hand?
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm glad they do that. But when people even in front of me, they'll go, oh, I want to learn. They find out what I do, and I'm like, great. I'm like, I am super patient at 3 a.m. on video.
Okay, you can't beat that. She's there 24 hours a day, ready to teach you how to knit.
Yeah, I'm never going to get frustrated with you if you watch me on video.
This is true.
Have you ever wanted somebody, I'll be real here, my husband, we don't, like him teaching me something or me teaching him something. Goes so well. Yeah, you kind of butt heads on it. I don't know how anybody else is like that, but.
Does anybody else do that? Are we the only ones that when you inspire lovely little hearts? No comments.
Yeah, no comments. No one's admitting.
Tap. Okay. Yes. We got some honest people. Yep. Amy Pennington, bless his chest. You guys are like, okay, yeah, it's true.
So I'm really patient at 2 a.m. So if you're having trouble and you just can't keep pausing and rewinding and going back and forth. So we had never.
Oh, stick shift.
Who is that? Oh, okay.
James. No, wait, that's Julie. To be hopeful.
I actually
Marcy.
have bifocals now.
Oh, thank you, Marcy.
Can you
She says we look beautiful.
I can't even read that, but I have bifocals now. Can you believe that?
I don't see them.
I know, they're like the no lines. I know. I'll be 40 this year.
I have contacts and I still can't see, but, you know.
Oh,
I'm blind as a bat.
But he estimates large construction.
Oh, well.
Oh, I forgot.
I guess, Shauna, it would be hard to.
Priscilla's on.
Hi, Priscilla. Look at our people are like hopping back and forth.
Woo, maybe they get a better perspective.
They literally get a different perspective. I'm watching my hand shoot from this screen onto her screen.
When he talks to me, it's like Japanese. I'm turning Japanese.
Okay, so editing. Do you do a lot of editing of your videos, or do you do more like Periscope and it's just shoot and you put it on there?
I tend to film from beginning to end, or sometimes if I'm working on a project and I'm comfortable with how I'm going to finish it off, or I've done it a couple of times, I will go all the way to the end of a project. And then I will film that last part, and then I'm like, wrap it up, like I'm actually finished, and then I'll do the beginning.
Oh,
yeah, and I'll go,
cool.
yeah, and I might have multiple samples and that I grab and stuff. When I'm really good about planning and I have multiple samples, my video process is much faster.
Okay.
But either way, I spend a lot of time knitting, so it's not like I'm baking or something like that. I mean, I could knit a blanket and take several weeks or something, or longer. I've knit one that takes months because you put it down, you know, especially like a big project.
I totally got my hand caught in my hair. That's what happened. I was like, sorry. Periscope is live. You can't edit that out.
I yanked my wig. No, it's not a wig. It's
not a wig.
Hair.
How come?
It's beautiful hair. But anyway, yeah. So you kind of edit and process. It's like you have to make something. Film it, and then after you edit, but if you can edit in the process by having these little pieces ready, it makes the editing process so much better. So you can just kind of blend them together.
How often do you come out with new videos?
Well, that's a good question, because I basically took off all summer, and I I was really in the beginning. I'd say, like, if you're starting, it's being consistent, and you should be consistent all the time. I've just been completely inconsistent the last 2 years, and we've had a lot of personal stuff going on.
Life happening.
So once a week is really good, but when I first started, I was so fired up, and because I was depressed. I was doing stuff like I was. I mean, let's just face it. I was, and I had never been that way.
World rocking. I had it only with my fourth. It was unlike anything. I had never cried so much in my life, and I already cry a lot.
Yeah,
like I cry easy.
I don't. Yeah, I had a new appreciation for people who got depressed, because I never was depressed before.
It's not something you can just like really understand if you've never experienced it, because it's so much worse than what you imagine when you've never experienced it.
Well, and I was repressed before. Like, I can't say I wasn't depressed, like I didn't have any problems, because I had childhood molestation. I mean, I had been hurt by other people, and so I never went into depression over that, because honestly, because I was a child, I didn't know any better. And so then I did other things. But I'm getting freedom from that, but when you hit depression, it's a totally different thing. And those other things flood back too. And you're like, oh, now I can really feel sorry for myself. And throwing yourself into knitting and crochet,
Shauna's like, identify.
Yeah, identify. You know, if throwing yourself into knitting and crochet and stuff, actually, those things are very cathartic. They're very healing for you. And especially if you do something that's the same stitch over and over and you're just still doing it and stuff, there's something very soothing about that. You know, it's like listening to your favorite song over and over again that you can never get tired of. You know, it's not like listening to the same chorus over and over, which is annoying. But, you know, like your favorite movie or something. Like, I could watch Princess Bride and Back to the Future forever and never get tired of them. Yeah. So, you know, anyway, that's
I can't even remember what question I asked that got us there, but that was good.
I get way off
now. We do that. No, I do that all. Well, you know that. You guys all know that. Let's see. There's some other questions. What were some milestones for your YouTube channel? What were a couple things that happened where you were like, yes, this is happening and this is big and oh my gosh.
Well, just getting over 100 people was huge.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And then, I mean, it feels huge. All of them feel huge. Yeah. And you go through these emotions, you know. I mean, everybody does. It's not, you know, if you didn't go through the emotions, you're not feeling. So, and you go through like, sorry, I'm bending down to read. But you go through these emotions like, am I doing the right thing? Am I putting the right thing on here? Am I putting out too much? Am I putting out too little? Am I doing
it's not
it too
just
often?
me. You just made me feel so good. Hey, welcome, Jess.
Normal. Yeah, I saw your scope from that. I'm like, yeah, you're fine. You
all the questions, the self-doubt.
Put it out there. Like, yeah, I mean, if you would do it in real life, it's fine. It's just, you know, more of like mine is I don't use my children's names and I don't.
Oh, that's I don't know if I could remember to do that.
Yeah, it's really hard, but I'm not doing life stuff like you. It's different. And it's now people who are like vloggers, like a blogger but on video. A lot of those people use fake names. I'm sorry, and I'm not seeing your comments because I'm concentrating on Melissa. I'm sorry. But the they'll use like
Oh, she ate a heart.
I don't
you
know.
saw Tori do it. You had to do it.
How did it taste? Delicious.
Two dorks in one space.
Sorry, I'm so goofy. This is actually good for my migraine. It's
good.
Like helping
you guys,
me.
she came in and she was dying. She has a really bad migraine. She was like throwing up before she came, and look at she still came, and she's still. I was like, you don't have to pretend. You can just be you. But we made her happy. But, sorry, my foot.
Yeah, what is it? The endorphins are kicking in as we laugh and talk, and
it's all the connection because it's not just
medicine.
Two extroverts connecting. It's all of these people.
Yeah,
I get off Periscope and I'm like, my husband. Yeah. Like, could you just not? Could you not?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I can't help it. I can't help it. I was on Periscope.
It's hard. Yeah. Well, back to the kids. So I'm just real bad about that. But bloggers or vloggers, they tend to make up nicknames and decide to stick with those nicknames, and they only call their kids those nicknames.
You guys, I didn't know to do that. Sorry.
Well, live and learn, whatever. Yeah. It just depends on what you want. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But I had to make certain decisions, but the milestones, back to the milestones, relive. 500.
One of us can.
Yeah. So, 100, 500 subscribers, 1,000. You hit 1,000, you're like,
yeah, I'd die.
Oh my gosh, I did something right. Like,
I'd pee myself.
Oh my gosh.
Tornado and Benji. There we go. There's their nicknames.
Yeah. Now, so I started in January, and then I thought one of the first thoughts that came to my mind is I really should do some crafts because I do like crafty things like that aren't just yarn related. And I just really combated what I should do. And I still do that too. But I decided, I'm just going to take a leap and hopefully my viewers will forgive me. But in May of the same year, I was like, I'm going to teach how to make a bow. And I'll make the video because we're coming up on like wedding season.
Right.
And then I figured, and then by December, people will probably want to know how to make a bow for Christmas.
Right.
Well, I kind of forgot about it. And then all of a sudden my channel starts blowing up. And because it started growing. And then by July, because it took a lot longer then, because now you can monetize like pretty quick. But by July, I was able to monetize. And then a few months later, they were asking me to be a YouTube partner.
Cool.
And and I can't remember how many people I had at that time. I think by Christmas I had 2,000 viewers. But then my channel started blowing up, and I think I had it was a crafty viral, but it went viral, and I think I had like 300,000 views on the bow video. So anyway, fast forward to now, and it's 109,000 subscribers and 15 million views, which is astounding to me.
15 million views. Do you guys know how many views we have? We have like 300.
Just 300. But that's okay. You have to start from somewhere.
That's right.
And I wasn't out to get views. That's the thing. I was out to help people. And I still am, and if you start getting that skewed, like I found that when I start getting it skewed, I stop.
Well, yeah. And I would imagine as soon as I start focusing on reactions instead of what I'm supposed to be doing, I am then completely adrift in this sea of self-doubt, and I flow here and I flow there. And because the truth is that all of that is so like there's nothing solid about it. Like
it's just
it can't direct you.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. I was like searching for that word in my head. It's like, it's not objective. It's the opposite of objective.
Yeah.
It's subjective. There we go.
I just, so I don't know. I had like a thought to
Did
tell
any
you.
of you have questions about YouTube, growing your channel, any of that kind of awesomeness for Kristen? I see a couple of little hearts.
Really, when you get on, if you want to be on YouTube or you want to be on Instagram or you want to do whatever these things are, ask yourself why. Why am I doing it?
What's your mission?
What's your mission? Is the mission just about you? Because if the mission is just about you, then you need to work on you first. But if the mission is to help other people, what can you do to help solve someone's problem? Like, what kind of problems do they have? We have peekers. Hello.
It's not time to get up. Go back into your
if
room.
you can solve someone's problem, what is that problem? Like, what was hard for you, and what can you do to give somebody help? Sorry, I'm looking at my own camera, but I'm talking to you too.
Sorry.
Good stuff.
Very good.
So, but it's like, well, what am I passionate about? Look at your passions. If you're a woman and a mom, you're passionate about several things with, off the cuff, obviously. But what are you passionate about for others? And what would you stay up all night for?
That's one's so good. What would you stay up all night doing?
That you don't get paid for.
Right.
I should add that.
What would you stay up all night doing for free?
For free. And I find myself up working on it. We have a crier.
That's not what I was laughing about, but I had thoughts in my head. They were inappropriate, awful thoughts. It was really funny.
Okay. Well.
My brain. You guys know me. You love me anyways. Yeah. Mine's usually not.
Oh.
I hover right around a PG-13, occasionally R. There we go.
Now,
if you don't know,
nice. Tres leches.
That sounds yummy.
I love that stuff, and I have a mild milk allergy.
That's not okay.
Yeah, it's not lactose intolerant. I get if I get too much in my system, it's like flu symptoms.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
How loud is Benji's crying? Do I need to
Yeah, but it's so
How loud is it? Is it like bad, or can we just pretend it's not happening?
So yeah, but you would stay up all night for the dessert. Is that what I missed?
Do you love how we have two completely different conversations? Okay, you guys are fine. Okay, good.
She says, I want a chocolate tres leches cake or tres leches cake.
Not too bad. Okay, awesome. He just started playing.
Sorry,
okay,
I'm getting wrapped up.
What I'm going to do, does anybody else have any questions about that side of things for Kristen before, but I'm going to actually stop this and I'm going to restart it with the fun part. You guys are all used to tuning out crying. That's a good point. My audience is mostly like moms, so, they're not really thrown by that. All right. Let's see. Any final words of wisdom for our Periscope viewers on the social media side of things?
No, just be secure, guard things, guard your heart, but just know that if you put something out there, someone's going to say something, and you have to be able to you don't want to harden your heart, because then that does something else to you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But you've got to be able to shrug it off to a degree. And people are going to say good and people are going to say bad. Just take the good and take the bad and throw out the rest that you just can't handle. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have an opportunity, many times you have an opportunity when someone says something really terrible to you, you can actually turn it on its head and win them over. And I don't mean to win them over, but they can say something absolutely terrible and you like, well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but blah, blah, blah. Like, depending on, I've had a tutorial and people were mad because they're like, it's so slow, you're effing awful, and like really. And now I don't allow bad language on my channel. Like, I actually will delete comments because my channel also attracts children.
There in the written word.
Yes.
That's totally
but if
not
they
okay.
don't use an actual cuss word and they bleep themselves out, but you know what they're saying, a lot of times I'm like, I'm sorry that's hard for you. What can I do to help you? And sometimes it's that they don't know I have a slow motion video on it. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe you check out this thing, or here's a tip, or you know what? This other channel might be better for you. We can share, and a lot of times things are misunderstandings. So just kind of really speak to the issue and not the person, because really I think we make it personal.
Yeah, I make a lot personal. Oh, we missed some awesome conversation. Sorry, guys.
Anyway,
we were all caught up in our
hope that was
interview.
helpful. I'm gonna
All
keep
right,
mine going
so
while
let
she
me
resets.
tell you what's going to happen now, wonderful peoples. So I got to pick her brain on all of her YouTube. Hi, Winston. Welcome back. All of her wonderful, crafty awesomeness because she's terrific. And now she's going to actually attempt to teach me how to make something cool. Oh, look at Good Knit Preaching. Woo! She's going to show me how to like make stuff. She brought a basket full of cool stuff. So I'm actually going to end this and we're going to restart it in like 2 seconds. So if you're interested in watching me look like an idiot, come on back. All right. If you would please engage in our Shescopes tradition and send us out in love. Say bye, guys.